They ain't even got a Costa.
No, but there is a pub and a bar up at the quarry, and it says here that they do great venison burgers, apparently.
Mum, I told you last week I've become a vegetarian.
Yeah?
Why does nobody know?
And it says here that there's a mill in the village, and it's got the largest indoor water wheel in Britain and possibly the world. There's a path you can walk down past it. Gosh, that's so exciting!
It's really not, Mum. It's well boring.
I wonder if you can do tours of the mill.
Oh, Mum, can we go on now?
Charlotte Bronte. Oh, she was a governess here at the big house, apparently. Stone Gap. Oh, imagine living in a house called Stone Gap.
Mum, who's Charlotte Bronte?
She was a writer. She wrote Jane Eyre. She wrote this story about this woman that went mad and lived in an attic. I think I'd go mad as well if I lived in Stone Gap.
It sounds well weird.
Well, it's actually quite a good book, really. But you wouldn't like it because you can't read.
Idiot.
All right, come on. It says here as well that the Pennine Way comes through the village. Oh, we should walk the Pennine Way.
We should
I
not.
have always wanted to walk the Pennine Way.
We're not walking the Pennine Way. I hate walking, Mum.
Right, it says that Alfred Wainwright described the village as...
Lothersdale is as friendly as a few places along the Pennine Way are. And it is here, for the first time since leaving Edale, that one might want to stop and enjoy the beautiful hospitality of the place.
It sounds perfect.
It sounds dull, Mum.
Oh, there's a Lothersdale Young Farmers Group you can join.
Mum, do I look like a farmer?
Yeah, you do actually.
I don't think that matters. Oh, and apparently, listen to this, there's a Lothersdale book of limericks that have been written.
What limericks?
The Lothersdale Book of Limericks
Was known throughout the land of Yorkshire.
Every person to have lived in this village was mentioned.
Ah, but what is a limerick, do I hear you cry? Well, a limerick is...
Get on, Fashion.
Well, I don't have the definition to hand.
Well,
with
it's
me now.
a
He doesn't know. Google it.
Google
I'll
it.
Google it. I'll
Great
Google it.
idea.
Yeah, I've got
Google's
this.
always
Google
got the
tells
answer.
absolutely I've not got any signal. Try Wi-Fi. No, there's none of that here either.
Right, well, why don't you try over there?
Yeah, go and stand at the back and just like put it in the air. Go by the window or something.
All right, okay.
Hurry up, these people are waiting.
Sorry about this, guys. Sorry about this. We will find out soon. Sorry, guys.
Any luck?
No.
Oh,
Hang on, I'll go outside.
Go
I'll go
outside. Try it outside.
I'll go outside. Very sorry. Sorry. Oh, excuse me, madam. So,
Any luck?
yes, it says here that a limerick
Yes.
is a 5-line poem, usually humorous, and it's got the rhyming scheme of ABBA.
ABBA?
No, it's A-A-B-B-A.
Oh, right.
right. So the first two lines rhyme, and then the second two lines, and then the last line rhymes with the first two.
Great.
Sorted.
So what now?
Right, well, I think we should have a limerick, don't you?
Let's have a limerick.
Let's have a limerick, right.
Come on.
So, let's see, you there, sir, give me a number between 1 and 463.
339.
239, let's have
A
a look.
good number. A good number.
39 is, there it is. Right. Lothersdale man called Gott used to drink strong beer quite a lot. Now 1 glass of wine, he's in bed before 9, saying, "That's me, I'm done, that's your lot." The Lothersdale Book of Limericks.
Mum? Mums, there's a boy outside with a football.
Oh, right.
It's from Lothersdale.
Oh, well,
I've been told not to play with Lothersdale kids.
well, I think you should go and ask him if you can join in.
I'm not doing that. It's well embarrassing.
Why not?
I'm not going to ask
Oh, for
him.
heaven's sake, I'll go and
No,
ask him.
Mum, don't.
Come on.
Don't ask that boy.
Fine.
It's so embarrassing.
Oh, don't be so
Mum,
silly.
what are you doing?
Just another boy, for heaven's sake.
I'm not going outside with that Lothersdale boy.
Excuse me. Oh, brilliant. Would you mind if my Tilly joined in with you? Say, see? It's fine, he says yes. Oh, go on. Oh, they're nice friends, here. Just let her play.
Mum, what's that noise?
What noise?
Listen, if you listen really carefully, you can hear it. And I think it must be coming from a bandstand around there somewhere. I think it sounds like instruments, Mum.
Oh, really? Oh, well, it does say here that there's a brass band that play. They do rehearsals in the village
A
clubhouse.
brass band? That's so cool. I've always wanted to join a brass band.
Have you?
Yeah. It's like one of my all-time life passions.
Well, it says here that they play in the church every Christmas. How beautiful! Oh.
Lothersdale.
It is proud, and it is plain, and reasonably virtuous.
A man in a motor car might hurry in a splash of rain through this place and notice nothing.
Nothing except the quiet decency of the place.
It is as clean and neat as your front parlour.
It is a village that has everything you need.
A church.
A chapel.
One pub and one shop.
It is northern or it is nothing.
Lothersdale, an image of England, 1975.
Tig! It's 1983. We're at Lothersdale School and it's playtime!
Tig!
I'm on!
The game
You're
was
on!
Bulldogs Charge.
You had to run across the playground, and then if somebody stopped you, they'd lift you up off the ground.
If you got, you run too.
It were brutal.
Deadly.
And taken extremely seriously.
Seriously.
Come on!
Right, I were on, and if you were on, you had to shout, "Bulldogs Charge!"
Yes!
Sarah were dead quick, I had no chance of catching her. But Hannah, she thought she'd play a strategic route, you see. She thought that I wouldn't notice if I saw her, and I went around and I found her, and I picked her up, and she's on with me now, yes! Come on guys, let's carry on. Are you ready?
Come here, come
3.
here, come here, come here!
What are you doing, playing Bulldogs Charge?
Look! There's a sheet with a baby hanging out this bum!
Oh my God, how cool!
Look, it's disgusting!
Before we knew it, David had jumped over the wall and was assisting the sheep. What are you doing?
It's one of me dad's ewes. She's been struggling to lamb. I'll have to give her an hand, like. For the purpose of this demonstration, I should be placing this ewe right here.
Are you going to put your hand on that sheep's bum?
Well, I have to. She'll die otherwise.
That's disgusting, you can't do that!
Can I help?
No, you can't spook her. She needs to be relaxed. Right. Well, just
That's gross!
grab her head and her front legs. Okay, Mum, give her a push. That's it. Oh, is she?
It's coming in bits! That's gross!
Just have to get all gonk off her nose. And give her a little rub. And then I'll bring bring her round to Mum. And she'll give it a good lick.
David, what are you doing over the wall in the field?
It's one of me dad's ewes, miss. She's been struggling to lamb. I was just helping it out.
Oh, right. Well, good, well done. Well done.
Kiss chase! Girls are on!
No!
Okay, take a seat, take a seat. I hope you've all had a great lunch and you're ready to do some work. Turn your listening ears on. Turn your listening ears on. That's it, lovely, listening ears on. Very good. Now, it's that time in the afternoon where it's topic time. Who can remember what our topic is for this term?
Oh!
Can you remember what our topic is?
Miss,
Do you know what our topic is?
it's over here.
No? Hannah, what's our topic?
Is it Vikings?
No, it's not the Vikings. We did the Vikings last year.
Miss,
James.
Miss, we're doing World War II.
We are.
But we are, in particular, focusing on what life in a small village would have been like.
Very good. In the 1940s. Excellent. Well done, James. And what did we have to do for our homework?
Oh!
What, James?
We had to talk to somebody that went to Lothersdale Primary School in the 1940s.
We did. And who managed to find a Lothersdale pupil from that time?
I remember now, miss.
What?
Yeah. I interviewed two ladies about it and I recorded it all and wrote it all down.
You're joking.
And miss, I wrote a play about it.
Hannah, that's amazing.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
I want to be a playwright when I'm older.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm really interested in the olden days, miss.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you think I could do my little short play, miss?
Oh, yeah, we've got plenty of time. Why not?
Oh, great! I've got some scripts too.
And we could get the class to help you, couldn't we?
Oh, excellent.
Shall we do that?
Good plan, miss.
Okay, right. Yes, James, you've got a question.
Can I be in it?
Well, just wait and see, James. I'm sure there might be a little pappy somewhere.
Might be. Right, so it's scene one, miss.
Yeah.
And that's the playground.
Okay.
So once upon a time in a far off land called Lothersdale, I changed the name, miss.
I see what you've done there, yes. Clever.
There lived two young girls called Eileen. I'm going to be Eileen, miss.
Okay.
And Carol. So we need a Carol.
We need a Carol.
Yeah, we need a Carol.
Some lines for a Carol.
Be Carol, James. Can you?
You could if you wanted.
No, miss.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a script here.
We need a Carol from
Yeah,
the class.
Carol. There we go.
Oh, do you want to be Carol? You'd make a really good Carol.
Oh, hi, Carol.
Right, Carol, there's your lines. They're highlighted there. You just need to stand. This is your best friend, Eileen. It's 1940, Lothersdale.
Yes. Okay, and then James, you can come and be narrator.
Oh, yes! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You'll make a very good narrator, James, I'm sure.
It was May 1942, and Eileen and Carol were playing out in the schoolyard.
Did you see the new children arriving, Carol?
Yes, it's the new evacuees.
It is. My feet are wet.
Why?
Because when I left home secretly, I took off my clogs and I put on my socks and shoes and then walked through the fields all the way to school. My mother will kill me if she finds out. I hate wearing my clogs to school. I just want to be like everyone else, Carol. You are lucky you live in the village, Carol, and don't have to walk far. What should we play, Carol?
I don't know. What do you want to play, Eileen?
Let's play hopscotch.
That's
What
it, Carol.
are the boys doing, Carol?
I don't know. What do you want to play, Eileen?
Oh, miss, we need some boys.
We need some boys.
We need some boys to just be pretending to play football, miss.
Well, that's all right, because we've got one here that wouldn't mind. Do you want to come up and play football? Come with me.
Oh, brilliant. You just got to pretend.
Come on then, this boy here on the end.
Bowling.
Come on here, Mummy. Just move up there, Carol. Shall we have the footballers on the stage?
Yes, that's a good idea.
So one of you needs to go in goal. If you want to go in goal, you're very good in goal. And then this person here can be scoring against you. So there's no ball, is there, Hannah? It's just
So,
Go.
what are the boys doing, Carol?
I don't know. I can't see them. Probably playing football.
There was a huge stone wall that split the playground in two separate areas. One was for the girls and the other one was for the smelly boys. Hey, you can't say that.
I can. It's my script, miss. And also,
Do you smell?
well, I think they're smelly boys. And I would have been really annoyed because I wasn't allowed to play football
No, you
then,
wasn't.
miss.
You wouldn't have been.
No. Anyway, back to my script. Are you excited about going on the school trip, Carol?
Football boys. Thank you,
Yes, I can't wait.
It's good we won't have to do air raid warning practice and get to go on a school trip instead.
I forgot my gas mask this morning. I had to run home and get it. I thought I was going to be late.
In 1942, there was a big war happening. It was called World War II. We were the goodies and the Germans, they were the baddies. Scene 2, the school trip.
Okay.
Oh, miss, we need a teacher, don't we, miss? And some children.
Okay, do you want to pick those or do you want me to?
Oh, will you pick them, miss?
Okay, would you be a teacher? And we need some children. Well, you two can be a child. Come and be a child. You're still a child. Come and be a child. Come on. Right, where do we need these hands? Should we put them on the stage?
Yeah, well, up on there, miss.
So let's
Yeah.
have the teacher and the children just on the front of the stage. You're going on a school trip, so it's very exciting. So if you want to smile and look excited, that'll be fine. Come forward. Come forward a bit, that's it. Very good.
Oh, this is brilliant, miss.
The children walked up the hill. They walked up the hill and out of the village and stood by the wall waiting.
I am really excited, miss. Get ready to put your hands over your ears. It will be very loud.
The school had been brought up the hill out of the village to watch a blast in the quarry. They were very excited.
This is your school trip. You're watching a blast in the quarry. I'm not excited.
I'm excited.
Harold's excited.
Watch carefully.
Was that the blast, Hannah?
Yeah, but it wasn't as good as I thought it would be, miss. Do you think we could get the rest of the class? to do
Let's get the rest of the class to join in. What a great idea, Hannah. So, have we got a few lines?
Yes, it's watch carefully,
So the teacher
and then you
says it.
count to 3 in your heads, and then
Big sound effect of a blast. We're at the quarry, we're on a school trip and watching blasts. It's very exciting in 1942, isn't it? Are we ready?
are you ready, children? Watch carefully.
Is that better?
That was the most exciting school trip I have ever been on.
The school would regularly watch the blasts at the quarry. There wasn't much to do in Lothersdale in the 1940s. In case you didn't know, they blasted the quarry to get the stone out for building stuff. Scene 3, walking home from school.
Thank you very much. Carol, teachers, what a fantastic job you did. Carol, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it.
Eileen decided to walk home along the road today. She didn't want wet feet again. She grabbed her younger sister Florrie
Wait for me, Annie.
and they stood and watched as Frank Shuttleworth drove past. He was the only car owner in the village.
Miss, we need a Frank Shuttleworth.
Well, I think we've got a perfect Frank Shuttleworth here.
Oh.
All Frank needs to do is mind driving a car, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
just mine.
Now, you were very lucky, Frank, because nobody else had a car in the village, just you. Can we all look in envy, please? We're very jealous of Frank and his motor vehicle. Look at that. Hi, Frank.
He's a natural, miss.
He's a natural.
Don't tell me, Dad, I was walking home along the road. Nice car, by the way.
Could you honk the horn for us, Frank? Very nicely done. You can drive off now, thank you, Frank.
Oh, it's Stan. Stan, the rock guy.
Who's Stan?
The milk cart man.
Who's that?
It doesn't say that in the script. Does it? Honestly. Anyway, he just drove the horse and cart, and he had poo in the back of his. Well, he had
Do we need a
We
stand?
need a stand,
We need
yes.
somebody to drive a horse and
Yeah,
cart.
he's just driving.
Somebody
the
tall,
horse and cart.
maybe? He's got long arms for the
Long arms
reins.
would be
Look at
good,
this man with the
yeah.
long legs. I think he'd be a perfect stand, don't you?
Excellent.
You're the poo man. Go over there, poo man. Get on your horse, move your car. Woo. He's stinky, everybody. You might want to hold your nose. Just back and forward.
Hi, Stan. How are you? Smelling bad today, Stan.
That explains.
Stan, he came every Friday on his horse and cart to empty the loos. Oh, what? Where did all the poo go? What?
That's random. In the back of the cart.
He had a cart full of poo.
Where did it go after that?
I know. Well, some people say this. There were rumours that he put it on his porridge.
That's silly, isn't it?
And there were other rumours that it went into Cowling Beck, miss.
Is it coaling or cowling?
Cowling or cowling? I'm not sure.
What do you
miss.
say, Stan? Cowling. We'll go
Cowling.
with cowling
So
there.
it went into Cowling Beck.
Well, I hope
Oh,
not.
whichever it was
Thank
disgusting.
you very much, Stan. You can take your book and off you go.
Emptied many toilets today, Stan. Have a good day.
It wasn't long before Eileen got stopped again. This time by the local farmer, Athol.
We need an apple.
We need an
miss.
apple. Can we have an apple? Come and be apple. This young man here looks like he makes a good farmer.
Here we go then.
Oh, there's some lines for you as well,
There we
Apple.
go.
Stand over here, Apple.
Morning, young Eileen. Morning.
Morning. Morning, Mr. Smith.
Morning, Mr. Smith. I've got the perfect thing for you to take home with you today, Eileen.
Oh, what's that, Mr. Smith?
A kid.
I don't want a kid, Mr. Smith. I'm too young for a kid.
No, exactly. A baby goat.
Good, that, Hannah.
That were a good
That's
one,
funny.
wasn't it?
Thank you, Apple. Very good line.
Oh, fantastic. I love goats. Not sure what my mother and father might say, though.
That goat is a menace, said Eileen's father when she got home. 2 weeks later, the goat had mysteriously disappeared. And that night, they had a lovely stew for tea.
What's wrong with your eyes, Dave?
The stage direction says that narrator must wink at the audience, miss.
And?
I can't wink.
Oh, don't worry. I think the audience got the joke, Hannah.
It wasn't long before Eileen was stopped again. On her way home, it was very normal to see everybody's front door wide open.
I'm tired, Eileen. Can we stop for a rest?
Oh, we need a Mrs. Smith, miss.
Okay, let's
Can
have
you
a
be
Mrs. Smith. Me?
Yeah, you be Mrs. Smith.
Oh, I don't think so.
You'll be fine.
I'll be Mrs. Smith
You be
then.
Mrs. Smith.
Oh, she's got some lines
She
here.
has, yeah.
Eileen! Florrie, wait a minute! I've got something for you!
Mrs. Smith came out of her house.
Yes, Mrs. Smith.
I've been baking biscuits. Here, take some for your mother and tell her it's a new recipe if she wants one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith.
Oh, and tell your father there's been some damage on the wreck. I think it's one of those benches. If you can pass it on at the next parish council meeting.
What's a wreck?
Oh, that was what they used to call the park. Recreation grounds.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, and Eileen, tell your mother and Florrie that there's been a party arranged for the evacuee children on Sunday at the church school if she wants to help out. They've only sent 7 children, but there were places for 89. Never mind.
There's a new girl in my class, an evacuee. She was very kind to me when I fell over.
Oh, did you hurt yourself?
Yes.
Are you all right now?
Yes.
Well, that's good to hear, young Florrie. I'm improvising, Hannah.
See you, Mrs. Smith.
Bye-bye, Florrie.
screen now. Let's fast forward to 2021. What would life be like then?
I reckon there'll be flying cars, miss.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think that the world will be taken over by planets, miss.
Planets?
Yeah, and that the head teacher will be really grumpy.
Are you talking
And
like
we'll
aliens?
Yeah, we'll have 8 eyes and 14 arms.
Sounds funny. That sounds a bit scary.
I
doesn't it?
reckon, miss, that everybody will have these portable telephones and they'll call them mobile phones and they'll have something on it called Facebook and they'll put pictures on it and if nobody likes the pictures they put on it, they'll cry.
That sounds a bit odd, James, doesn't it? I think you get a bit too far-fetched. Let's try and rein it in a little bit. Let's be more realistic. What would we imagine life to be like in 2021?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought it might be useful to hear about what school in 2021 is actually like. And as they say, we have eyes for looking forward, not backward. And I know the past is important and we can learn a valuable lesson from it. But it's essential to live life in the present. Don't you agree?
Yeah, you're probably right. What's your name?
Katie,
And do you go to Lothersdale School?
I do. And my mum went to the school and my granddad.
All right. Well, do you want to say some words to everybody about what life would be like at Lothersdale School now?
Yeah, well, I've been thinking a lot about it recently. And I made a few notes.
Okay. Brilliant. Katie, take to the stage.
Well, I wanted to say, the school has changed a lot over the years, and as for a start, we have lots of new technology, including iPads and laptops, for each child per class. We have also changed the insides of the school by adding 2 new classrooms, although it still looks the same from the front. Another change is the children that go to the school, as most of them are not from the village, because if it was just kids from the village, the school would have to close down. Being at Lothersdale feels like a massive family away from home. Thank you.
I think it's now time for
The Lothersdale Book of Limericks.
Right, give me a page number. Give me a page number. Give me a page number there. The lady with the glasses. Yes, please.
76.
76. Lovely. Okay. 2 elderly ladies called Betty and Kath can be seen every day on the Lothersdale path. They both like to talk, but they can't talk and walk, so they can be out all day just for the laugh.
Lothersdale Book of Limericks.
Let's have another. Let's have another.
Let's. I was thinking that. Now then, another number, please. Anybody? Would you like to give me one?
95.
95. 95.
Got it?
I got it. A Lothersdale legend called John is a postie second to none. He wears shorts and a smile, humours his style. He's a treasure, a giant of a man. Figuratively speaking.
Now it also has a little note next to this one to say, honorary village member.
The Lothersdale Book of Limericks.
So, I scored 5 goals against that Lothersdale boy. I mean, seeing as he's from Lothersdale, he was pretty good at football.
Not if you scored 5 goals against him.
Yeah, but he scored 6 against me
Oh,
when we swapped over and I was in goal.
Right. Now, it says here that there's no mains water in the village.
How do people get their water then?
Water supplies come from a variety of sources, including natural springs, boreholes, and rainwater harvesting. During hot, dry spells, natural springs can dry up, causing difficulties to some residents.
Mum, you want to live in a village where there's no water? Great!
They even have electricity in this village.
Of course they do, Ben. Don't be so silly.
They even have gas in this village.
No. means gas.
What?
But you can get gas in bottles should you need it.
Great. It's 1900, January, the second Monday in the month, and the parish council meeting has started. Mrs. Pickles, a member of the public, has been asked to speak.
Yes, I would like to address the parish council meeting today because you see, I think that every house and every street should be given a name and a number. Yes, you see, there's a house just by mine. It's got this lovely rose tree on it, and I think it should be called Rose on the Dale. And then it could be Rose on the Dale 1, 2, and so on and so forth. And the house that I live in, there is a tree right next to it, and there's all these crows that are chatting all the time, and I think I would live on Crow Street, and I would live on Crow Street 3. What do you think?
I really don't think that this is necessary. I mean, houses aren't people, are they? So they don't need names or numbers.
I agree with Councillor Shuttleworth. I do.
So, no, nothing needed to be done there then.
It's 1918, January, the second Monday in the month, and the parish council meeting has started. Mr. Smith, a member of the public, has asked to speak.
It's those kids. Absolutely disgraceful. They got now else to do, so they're just wrecking public property all the time. You know, I shouted at one of them. I shouted, "Hey you, what are you doing?" He just ran off. He didn't even have the decency to stop and own up to it.
Well, I propose that the benches are replaced and they have stone bases and no backs.
I agree with Councillor Shuttleworth. I do.
Good.
It's now 1930, July, the second Monday in the month, and the parish council meeting has started. Thank you, you're getting it. Postman John has asked to speak.
I've hurt my foot.
Right?
I were hit by horse and cart while I were doing my rounds.
And?
So it hurts.
Right, well, come on.
Well, I were thinking of asking the parish council to give me
Yes?
to give me a motorbike, because that way I can get up and downhill with no problem, you see, and well, I'll stop getting complaints from the locals.
I agree. I think that you should have a motorcycle and that will help you to expedite your deliveries.
Well, I agree with Councillor Shuttleworth. I do.
It's now 1934, September, the second Monday in the month, and the parish councillors and most of the village have met outside the pub.
I am very pleased to say that the work installing the electricity in the village has been successful. We now have our very own street lights, and from this day in 1934, Lothersdale village has electricity. Switch the switch. Yes, you. Yes.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, children of Lothersdale, parish councillors, let there be light! It's now July 1936, the second Monday in the month, and the parish council meeting has started. Mr. Owens, the bowling green keeper, has asked to speak.
I think I deserve a pay rise, because you see, the recreational grounds and the bowling green are the best kept they've ever been in years, and I put a lot of hard work into that bowling green. In fact, just the other week somebody came over from Connolly, a bowler, and he said it was the best kept bowling green he'd ever seen in his life. I think I deserve a pay rise, don't you?
I agree. I propose that it is raised to 1 shilling per hour.
Well, I agree with Councillor Shuttleworth. I do.
That were easy.
It's now 1941, November, the second Monday in the month, and the parish council meeting has started. Miss Pickles, a member of the public, has
No, you see, I believe that the house I live in and the street that I live on should be called number 3 Crow Street.
This has been going on for long enough. I mean, I have no objections to the proposal, so long as residents have the right to change it back again.
Yes, for example, you might decide you don't like living on Crow Street anymore, and you might decide to change it to Rook Street.
Why would anyone want to do that?
Well, I don't know.
It's now 1945, July, the second Monday in the month, and the Parish Council meeting has started. Mrs. Bradley, a member of the public, has asked to speak.
Just give me a moment.
Mrs. Bradley was always late.
Well, I think it's absolutely disgraceful. The state of our water. A few of us from the village have had a recent survey done of the water in the village, and they've found things in it. Things not for human consumption.
Yes, we do have a copy of the report, and it does look like there are some worrying things in the water supply.
For example, there's been a lot of cow poo that's been found, yes.
Well, it's not just the cows,
Oh.
it's the sheep,
Oh.
and it's the pigs as well.
Oh.
I was talking to Ernest, and he said the fence surrounding the water is badly damaged and needs to be repaired urgently.
Right, okay, so I propose that we have a think
Yes.
about who we can get in to repair the fence.
Yes, let's think.
And then how about we pop it on the agenda
Yes.
for next week?
We'll put it on the agenda. I agree with Councillor Shuttleworth. I don't
Ernest has already fixed the fence. He said he can't be waiting for the likes of you to be taking an age making your minds up.
Right. Oh, no action needed then.
It's now 1948, January, the second Monday in the month, and the Parish Council meeting has started. Mr. Owens, the bowling green keeper, is back, and he is asked to speak.
It's bad. So, the bowling green is completely destroyed.
I think it's those kids. Those kids, they're out there on their clothes. They're destroying all my work. I'm furious. Do you know, just the other week, somebody from Cowley, whatever you call it, they came over and they said it was the worst kept bowling green they'd ever seen.
It's clogs. It's clogs, you say?
Clogs.
It's 1962, November, the second Monday in the month, and the Parish Council meeting has started. Mr. Dennis Ridioff, a member of the public, has been asked to attend.
Mr. Ridioff, on behalf of the Parish Council, I would just like to thank you for your perseverance in the sewage system.
No more. Stand them up, man. Go ahead.
It was a challenge, but we got it done.
It's 1984, February, the second Monday in the month, and the Parish Council meeting has started. Thank you. Mrs. Bowen, a member of the public, has asked to speak.
As a member of the Lothersdale in Bloom Society, I would like to request to the Parish Council that we enter the Best Kept Village competition.
Oh, yes.
I agree.
I agree with Councillor Shuttleworth. I do, and always will.
It's 1984, September, the second Monday in the month, and the Parish Council meeting has started. No, we're not all joining in yet. The Parish Council meeting has started. Thank you. Mrs. Bowen, a member of the public, Mrs. Bowen, she's asked to speak again.
Oh yes. Well, we didn't quite win, but the judges had some very lovely things to say.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Oh, that's great.
It's 2021, May, the second Monday in the month, and the Parish Council meeting has started. On the agenda is
Water.
antisocial behaviour. In other words, youths with not much to do.
Benches. I tell you, not a lot changes in Lothersdale. Right, I think it is time, once again, ladies and gentlemen, for the Lothersdale Book of Limericks. Thank you. Give me a number. Who wants to give me a number? Yes, please. There are exactly 549 pages. 397.
It's near the end then, isn't it?
It is, yeah. There it is. Right. A Lothersdale fellow called Gray is a professor of water, they say. He will walk in the beck up to his neck and record all the species on the way.
Let's have another. Let's have another. Page number, please. Page number there. Lady in the glasses.
Number 1.
21. Thank you very much. We don't do number 1. That's ridiculous. Okay, got it. Not quite got it. Michael Parker, an artist in stone. Dry stone walling in a league of his own. It may be stone cold, but a joy to behold when you view the whole wall or one little stone.
The Lothersdale Book of Limericks.
Mom, I'm really thirsty. Is there a shop in this village? Because I am so thirsty. I think I'm going to die. Mom! Mom, I want to go to the shop.
I brought some water.
Oh, it says here, Mum, that there's a milkman and he comes around every single day and delivers milk. That'll be alright right now, wouldn't it?
So I could have a milkshake every single day if I wanted.
And apparently there was a lady that delivered milk every single day, even on Christmas Day.
Wow.
She was called Marjorie Trowell.
Marjorie Trowell. That's a cool name.
Marjorie Trowell. Why, thank you, kind sir. I've lived in Lothersdale for 85 years. I have. I came when I was 6 months old. And I started delivering milk in 1970. And I did it for 30 years. Cows came in about 5:30ish and he milked them. And whilst he milked them, I got breakfast going. And then as he came in, I went out, you see. I did. He milked it, cooled it, bottled it, and then I went out and loaded it every single day, Christmas Day included. And if the weather were really bad, out on that foal, Richard would come with his tractor and he'd do all the top road. Do you know, it were all unpasteurised. It were full of cream, yeah, and full of bugs. Oh, but they liked it, didn't they? Oh, do you know, you knew everyone then. You did. Robert's shop was open. Oh, and I was always first in to get my newspapers on a morning. Oh, I delivered newspapers. And I watered plants too. And I looked after Mr. Wadsworth's pussy. I did. Oh, it were my best friend, it were. Always waiting for his breakfast on a morning. Until he came back, and then he didn't want to know me, did he? Oh, do you know, I delivered cake. I did all sorts. But you don't think out of it then. Oh, nobody knows me now. And, I don't know people. Do you know, I was at church on Sunday morning and I thought, I don't know people these days. And do you know, once I knew every single body.
I think it's time for... Do you think it's time for...
I think it's always time for
Lord,
the Lothersdale Book of Limericks.
a page number, please.
499.
Oh, 499?
Yeah,
Oh, that one right near the back.
yeah, just before 500.
Yeah, there it is, right at the front. Doesn't get all that, does it? Richard and Marjorie of Up delivering milk in a pint and a gill, delivering milk in a village so still, fresh from the cows at Upper Lay's farm.
The Lothersdale Book of Limericks.
Marjorie Trowell sounds well cool.
Yeah, and
Does
she sounds
she?
proper tough as well. Can you imagine getting up at that time every morning?
I know you don't get up till like 11 o'clock.
I'm busy.
You're not busy, you're lazy, you're always sleeping.
I'm busy on a night.
You're not?
I am.
All right, this will interest you two. It says here that the postman would deliver Easter eggs to all the children in the village.
What? Can I have a wish I won?
That is so cool. Will the postman still deliver to you if you've got a beard?
You're 18. You're not a child.
Well, apparently those that live in Lothersdale look younger for longer, and even there's 90-year-olds apparently that are fitter than kids.
Must be that funny water they drink.
It might be. It might be that water. Do you know, because of that water, they're thinking of writing a story about a couple from here.
Are they?
Yeah, they're going to make it into a film.
Film?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Once Upon a Time in Lothersdale. Once upon a time in Lothersdale, there was a little girl called Beatrice, known in the village as Bee. Bee was one of 5 children. There was no television in those days. Her dad was a farmer and she helped alongside her big brother Paul on the farm. She loved it. She absolutely loved working on the farm, milking cows, feeding hens and mucking out. Life was good for Bee. And as she got older, she thought about those days and wished she could return. Bee was well known for her tricks. She liked to laugh. She liked to make other people laugh. And normally this would involve annoying her eldest brother. Now, Paul had a queasy stomach and Bee would take full advantage. One day the geese had got into the hen hut at the top of the field and Paul and Bee had the job of collecting the eggs and mucking out the hut. After the job was finished, Paul sat upon the cart to have a rest while Bee collected the eggs. She then decided, while Paul sat peacefully, to throw the eggs at her brother and one by one chucked the eggs at Paul. He was furious, covered in raw egg and trying not to be sick. Bee did laugh. Now Bee would come home from school, peel the potatoes, sort the vegetables, bring in the coal and sticks, and then she could play out. She would spend her evenings pinching apples, raiding folks' gardens, and in the winter skating on the top dam. They had proper winters back then. Snow as high as the walls and higher. Bee and her family didn't often leave the village, so as long as the horse and cart could get through the drifts, or over the drifts, they were all right. Bee and her brother used to watch every winter for Fred passing with his suitcase. Fred wanted to leave Lothersdale and go and live in Australia. That was his dream. While Bee was milking, Paul would shout,
Hey, look! Right?
Fred! He's got a suitcase!
he passed with the suitcase and half an hour later he'd be coming back. He made it to the crossroads, maybe next time. In summer they'd be short of water and Bee's dad would send her and her brother down to the beck bottom to fetch water. They would come back soaked, but had laughed a lot. Sometimes on an evening, Bee would be sent down to the farm with the jugs. She filled them with the fresh milk and returned home. One particular evening when she was strolling back through the village, thinking about what trick she could play on her brother Paul next, a boy came out of the house. She knew him as Bill. He smiled. and she smiled. And then she flipped some milk at him. This was the start of a great friendship. Now, often Bee would have trips out to visit her granddad. This was not an enjoyable experience for her. He had a big red face, white moustache and white hair. He would point to the hare horse settee and say,
"Sit there and be quiet."
Bee and her siblings found this difficult, as the horsehair was not comfortable. It felt like pins and needles sticking into your skin. As Bee got older, she was allowed to attend the village dances. Now, the Del Rio band would play there, and she danced with the boys. Her dad, though, insisted she had to come home at the interval. The Connolly dancers were very special, and as she got older, she was able to stay till the end. Now, the lads would go to the pub first, and the lasses would go to the dance. The lads would trail in at the interval, and then the fun would begin. At the end, a car would arrive to pick up the Lothersdale lads and lasses, and they would clamber in, filling every available space, a competition to see how many they could get in. That night, Bee and Bill just couldn't squeeze into the car, so they decided to walk. As they were walking up the hill, Bill shouted,
Look out, it's your dad!
and shoved Bee over the wall to hide from her dad. He'd pass and then they'd continue, but then Bill would shout,
He's coming back! Get out!
and Bee would be shoved over the wall again. Now, Bee's dad wasn't a daft man and spotted her flying over the wall, and he would shout.
Get back to the house now.
Furious he was. Bee didn't go out to the dances for a while after that. Grounders, they call it now. When Bee was allowed out again, she would meet her friends on the high step by the stable next to the pub. She noticed lately that Bill had sat closer to her, that he looked at her in a certain way, and she liked it. She liked it a lot. Bee and Bill got married at the church on a cold winter's day.
I do.
I do.
They took a bus from Cross Hills to Morecambe for their honeymoon. And Bee was grateful for the hot water bottle the hotel provided. The next day, they came back to Lothersdale and set up home in the village together.
Don't stop there, Mum. Where's the rest of the story?
That's all it says. It just says part 2 to follow.
Oh!
Do you know, it sounds proper cool back in those days because you sort of just had to make up your own entertainment.
Yeah.
But it's still a lovely place to live.
Do you know, I don't think I'd like to go to Morecambe for my honeymoon.
I wonder if Bill and Bee still live in the village.
I wonder.
I'd like to meet Bee. She sounds like a legend. She could teach me some tricks to play on you.
Well, should we go home then?
Oh no, Mum. Why don't we take a walk down the path and see if we can find that mill?
Yes, good idea.
Well, you have been listening, haven't you? Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. In fact, we could stop at the pub for some food.
Yes, I want to stop at the pub. I went and passed it before. I thought I want to stop there. I want fish and chips, or I might have scampi chips, or I might have chicken pie. But I do like steak and ale. But Mum says don't have the ale because it's like alcohol and it'll send you silly. But I think she's supposed to
Ladies.
talk like that.
And gentlemen, thank you. Thank you very much for coming tonight and for coming on tonight's show. Lothersdale, it's all about you.
It's all about you. It's all about you, Lothersdale.
Thank you, ladies. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you open your programs, you were all given one as you came in. Open up your programs and have a look in there, and what you will find is you will find Lothersdale written in an acrostic poem kind of way. Your job, ladies and gentlemen, is to fill in the rest of the word next to each letter. So, for example, if you were to give me an L, you might write...
Lovely!
Or if you were to give me an O, you could say...
Outrageous!
Got it? Good. You have a few minutes now, ladies and gentlemen, to come up with any words that you can think of that describe Lothersdale to you. And I will just be picking on you. Your 2 minutes starts now.
It's all about you. It's all about you, Lothersdale.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember there are 2 L's in Lothersdale. That is 2 L words. Ladies and gentlemen, you will also need to come up with 2 E's. There is also 2 E's in Lothersdale. I will just be picking on you, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you don't use the right. That's a very long word. You're describing the whole thing. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So let's give this a little practice then. If I call you out, I want you to tell me what letter, what word you came up with for that letter. So if I said, give me an L, you'd say,
Likeable.
likeable, very good. Can we be a bit louder? Give me an L!
Likeable.
Yes, that is excellent. That's what I want. Let's continue. Give me an O. Right. Give me an O, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out. Outrageous. Excellent. Give me a T. T.
Tremendous.
Oh, fantastic words there. Give me an H.
Hospitable.
Hilly.
Hilarious.
Give me an E.
Eccentric.
Fantastic. Give me an R.
Rustic.
Nice. Give me an S.
Special.
Oh, that's lovely. Give me a D.
Delightful.
Dreamy, delightful, excellent. Give me an A.
Amazing.
Amazing. Give me an L. Another L.
Lucky.
What's that, sorry?
Lucky. Lovable.
And give me an E.
Elderly.
Coming from you. Ladies and gentlemen, what does that spell?
Lothersdale! Let me just do it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, what does that spell?
Lothersdale!
Fantastic. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And now it is time for the main event. Because we have with us tonight Yorkshire's very own Ed Sheeran. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. Ed Sheeran.
Oh, check your mobiles.
Shall I see if there's a limousine outside?
Yeah.
Let me see if there's a limousine outside.
Ladies and gentlemen, try and find
No, there's no limousine. I tried shouting, nobody answered.
See if you've got a message.
Yes, because of course I have Ed Sheeran's personal telephone number, so I will just have a look. Hang on. No signal. Right, yes. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep yourselves entertained. Oh, I've got it!
What's he say? He's got a text.
Got text.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sorry to tell you that unfortunately Ed Sheeran could not make it here today. It's a shame. Thank you, yes. You see,
Where's the tune not coming to Lothersdale?
he caught COVID. But he's going to be alright. But It means you won't come here now. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, fear not, because we do not need Ed Sheeran to have a good time, because we have got the next best thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, me, his brother, Ted Sheeran! Now, I have not quite had time to learn this song, but maybe you could help us along with it. So if you have a look at your programmes, ladies and gentlemen, you will find the chorus, which I would love for you all to sing along with me. Just give me an hand singing it. Now the song is written by someone we would call an off-cundum. Does anybody know what that means?
Oh dear.
Off-cundum. Anybody?
Outsider.
An outsider, exactly. His name was Andy Durham. I think we'll forgive him because the tune was originally nicked, wasn't it?
What was he called again?
It was called In My Liverpool Home, but we're
What's
not
the
calling
writer
it that.
called?
Andy Durham.
When did he write it?
He wrote it in 1985, but he changed the words for Lothersdale. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I was born in Lothersdale in the mill yard. When I was a lad, well, life it was hard.
With me
With me
dad
dad on the door and the pigeons to keep. In the old septic tank every night we did sleep. In me Lothersdale home.
Join in.
Come on, guys. In me Lothersdale home. We speak with an accent as Yorkshire as Bud. Sing songs on a Friday down at the pub. A party on Saturday with plenty of grub. In my Lothersdale home. When I grew up I met Annie McCann. She said you're not much but I'm needing a man. I want 20 kids and a house on the moor. Well, the flesh it was willing, but the spirit got bored. Everybody! In my Lothersdale home. Louder than that. In my Lothersdale home. We speak with an accent as Yorkshire as Bud. Sing songs on a Friday down at the pub. A party on Saturday with plenty of grub. In my Lothersdale home. Lothersdale's posh now, so houses are dear. Properties tripled in value this year. But I'm doing fine, really well, thanks. I'm converting and selling the old septic tanks. Everybody, in my Lothersdale home. In my Lothersdale home. We speak with an accent as Yorkshire as Bud. Sing songs on a Friday down at the pub. A party on Saturday with plenty of grub. In my Lothersdale home. When I get old it will still be my home. Upon the gig my friends will all come. I sing you this song but not very fast. Each time I sing it, it might be the last. Everybody now, in my Lothersdale home. Last one. In my Lothersdale home. We speak with an accent as Yorkshire as Bud. Sing songs on a Friday down at the pub. A party on Saturday with plenty of grub. In my Lothersdale home.
Ted Sheeran, everybody!
Lothersdale, as happy a village as any British community village dares now to be.
But if you look across the world, that is a great deal of
Lothersdale is not just a place for a holiday, it is a place for life. Lothersdale, an image of England, 1975.
Lothersdale. Lo, there's a dale.
Lo, there's a dale!
Lo. There's a dale. Lothersdale.
Thank you to all those people that got up and joined us and didn't say no. Thank you very much. That's very much appreciated. Thank you also for coming, and thank you for those people that shared their stories with us. And I hope we did you proud. Thank you very much.